The Brown family drama has officially reached its boiling point, and let me tell you, things are about to get explosive. In the latest Sister Wives Tell All episode, Janelle is dropping bombshell after bombshell, and it's clear she's done. Done with Cody, done with Robyn, and ready to walk away from the toxic dynamics that have plagued this family for years. If you thought you knew the Brown family's secrets, buckle up, because Janelle is about to expose it all. The tension that's been simmering for seasons is finally coming to a head, and it's all unfolding before our eyes. Janelle, the one wife who's always been steady, always been the calm in the storm, has had enough. She's no longer biting her tongue or trying to maintain the peace. She's openly rejecting Cody and Robyn. And trust me, the weight of her words is heavy. It's like the final chapter of a story that's been years in the making. As the drama unfolds, we're left wondering, what happened to the family we once saw as united? What led to this emotional rupture? Janelle's revelations will change the way you see Cody, Robyn, and the Brown family forever. This is the raw, unfiltered truth behind their fractured relationships. In this video, we'll break it all down, exploring the shocking turn of events, the tension between the wives, and the rise of Janelle as the voice of reason. If you're a Sister Wives fan, trust me, you won't want to miss this. Janelle Brown has officially claimed her title as the MVP boss of this tell-all episode, and honestly, it's well-deserved. After years of staying loyal, trying to keep the peace, and standing by Cody through the highs and lows of plural marriage, she's done. And she's not holding back. For so long, Janelle's been the quiet, steady one, the wife who doesn't rock the boat. But here, in this episode, we see a completely different side of her. She's raw, she's honest, and frankly, she's fed up. For years, Janelle has been struggling with the dysfunction in the family. She's been the one who tried to make it work, who held on to hope, even when it seemed like Cody was pulling away from her and everyone else. She's often taken the back seat in the family dynamic, the one who didn't cause drama or stir the pot. But that all changes here. Her frustration with Cody and Robyn has been building for so long that in this moment, it's like a dam finally breaks, and she's done pretending. Janelle makes it crystal clear. She doesn't want to maintain a relationship with Cody or Robyn anymore. No, it's not about the jealousy or the competition for Cody's love. Though, let's be real, that's been a huge issue. It's deeper than that. It's about the betrayal and the years of trying to keep everything together while the cracks in the family just kept getting wider and wider. When asked about her relationship with them, Janelle doesn't sugarcoat it. She says point blank that she doesn't like them, doesn't need them, and isn't interested in trying to fix anything. This isn't a woman who is simply frustrated anymore. This is a woman who has evolved. She has realized that her emotional health and peace of mind are far more important than staying in a toxic family dynamic just to keep up appearances. Janelle has gone from being the loyal partner to the voice of reason. And honestly, we're here for it. Cody Brown has always been the center of attention in the Sister Wives universe, but lately his behavior has left many fans scratching their heads. What's happened to the once charming, albeit flawed, husband and father we used to know? Because right now, Cody's persona has taken a drastic turn, and it's not for the better. In fact, some would say he's fully embracing the role of the villain, and it's hard to ignore how much this shift has affected both his family and the viewers. Janelle, ever the sharp one, has her own theory on Cody's behavior, and it's a compelling one. She suggests that maybe, just maybe, this whole villain act isn't as genuine as it seems. Could Cody be playing the part of the bad guy on purpose in order to deflect all the blame away from Robyn? The idea that he might be deliberately turning into this harsh, unsympathetic figure to protect her is both shocking and strangely plausible. After all, if you've watched Cody for as long as we have, you know he's not a stranger to manipulation. He knows exactly how to stir the pot and keep the focus on himself. Could this new, cruel persona be a smokescreen? It's a theory that raises a lot of questions about his motivations and intentions. Let's take a moment to reflect on Cody's evolution over the seasons. When we first met him, Cody seemed like any other husband trying to balance the complicated dynamics of plural marriage. He wasn't perfect, of course, but he wasn't this, well, villainous figure we see now. Early on, he came off as the guy who wanted to make it work with his wives, even if he wasn't always successful. But as the seasons went on, we began to see cracks in his character. His interactions with his wives grew colder, more distant. He started to play favorites, and it became increasingly clear that his relationship with Robyn was becoming more central, while the other wives, particularly Janelle, were pushed further and further to the side. Now, in this latest tell all, Kody is a shell of his former self. He's crueler, sharper, and at times downright vindictive. There's no trace of the man who once seemed committed to making his plural marriage work. This is a Kody who seems to relish being the antagonist in his own story, and it's taking a toll on the entire family. The shift in Kody's demeanor has had a major impact, not just on the wives, but on how we, as viewers, see him. We watched him grow. We saw him as a father, a partner, even a friend to some extent. But now, it's hard to look at him without feeling this overwhelming sense of disappointment. He's no longer the guy who wanted to make it work. Instead, he's become the source of the family's dysfunction, and it's painful to watch. It's like he's playing a game, and unfortunately, it's at the expense of the people who were once closest to him. Janelle's theory suggests that perhaps this transformation is calculated, a strategy to protect Robyn from the wrath that's so clearly been building against her. But no matter the reason behind it, the end result is the same. Kody has become a figurehead of dysfunction, and his villainous turn is only deepening the rift within the family and between him and the fans. It's hard not to wonder how much longer the Brown family can withstand this shifting dynamic before it all falls apart completely. Robyn Brown's presence in the Brown family has always been a source of tension, but in this latest tell all, the cracks are starting to show more clearly than ever. It's impossible to ignore the strained relationships between Robyn and the other wives, especially as Janelle opens up about the reality of what's going on behind closed doors. While Kody's role as the central figure in this family's dysfunction is undeniable, Robyn's position is just as important, if not more, when it comes to understanding the rift between the wives. For years, it's been painfully obvious that Robyn's bond with Kody is something different from what the other wives have. It's not just a matter of love or affection, it's as if she believes her relationship with him is somehow superior to the others. And Janelle, who's always been more in the background, finally speaks out about this dynamic. According to her, it's clear that Robyn sees herself as the priority, the one who can do no wrong in Kody's eyes. From the beginning, it was evident that Robyn was never just another wife in the family. She quickly became Kody's number one, his sacred cow, as the wives have referred to her. This idea of Robyn being the sacred cow comes up in the tell all episode when Suki, the host, asks her about it directly. You'd think that Robyn would be defensive, or at least a bit rattled. But instead, she casually brushes it off, saying, "Whatever, I don't care." The way she responds, or rather, doesn't respond, says everything you need to know about her attitude. There's an air of arrogance and entitlement in that response. It's as if she's so secure in her place at Kody's side that she couldn't care less about how others perceive her or the family dynamics. But what's striking is how this attitude only adds to the unspoken tension between Robyn and the other wives. Janelle's comments in the tell all reveal that she's no longer willing to keep quiet about the unfairness she's felt in this dynamic. Robyn's relationship with Kody has always felt like a wedge that drives the other wives apart, and now it's becoming clearer than ever that Robyn's indifference to their feelings only fuels the conflict. Robyn may not care about the drama, but the other wives certainly do, and Janelle's frustration with this situation is palpable. You can see it in her eyes and hear it in her voice. The tension between Robyn and the other wives isn't just a matter of jealousy, it's about the underlying power imbalance, the unspoken rules, and the emotional exhaustion of constantly trying to compete for attention and love. This dynamic is pushing the Brown family to its breaking point, and Robyn's response, or lack thereof, only adds fuel to the fire. Janelle Brown's confession in this tell all episode was nothing short of a revelation. For years, she has been one of the most grounded and loyal partners in the family, keeping her emotions and frustrations largely to herself. But now she's starting to speak out, and the truth is hard to ignore. In a stunning moment of honesty, Janelle admits that if she had spent more time getting to know Cody before their marriage, she might not have gone through with it at all. Let that sink in for a second. Janelle, who's been with Cody for over 30 years, is now looking back and realizing that perhaps her initial choice wasn't the right one. It's a huge emotional turn, and it says so much about how deeply her feelings have shifted. At first, Janelle's story was one of love, excitement, and a shared vision of polygamy. She entered into this plural marriage with Cody in 1993, excited to build a life with him. They were friends before they were married, and Janelle's early enthusiasm and optimism about her relationship with Cody were evident. She believed in the family structure and she believed in Cody as a partner. But as the years passed, something started to change. Janelle's comment about not marrying Cody if they had a longer courtship is a reflection of the growing disillusionment that's been simmering under the surface for years. She says it matter of factly, almost as if the weight of this realization had been building for a long time. This isn't just about the things that went wrong in their marriage either. It's about Janelle coming to terms with the fact that Cody, the man she thought she knew, isn't the man she thought he was. Her feelings for him have evolved. She's gone from seeing him as a life partner to seeing him as an emotional burden. It's clear that Janelle's relationship with Cody is no longer one of mutual respect. There's a sense of resignation in her voice when she reflects on their past. She doesn't have the same enthusiasm she once had for their life together. And this is the part that truly stings. Where there once was hope for a happy plural marriage, there's now deep frustration and, dare I say, resentment. She sees Cody's behavior, especially in recent seasons, and she's no longer willing to pretend that everything is okay. This is a woman who's been in this marriage for over 3 decades, and yet she finds herself questioning it all. This growing disconnect between Janelle and Cody is especially poignant in light of her role in the family. Janelle has always been the one to put others first, to step back when necessary, and to shoulder the emotional weight of the family. But as she steps into her own power, this disconnection from Cody marks a shift in her character. She's no longer the passive wife who just accepts whatever comes her way. She's evolved into a woman who has finally realized that her own happiness, her own sense of self-worth, cannot be tethered to Cody's whims and emotional volatility. It's not just a personal realization for Janelle. It's a moment of self-liberation. She's done with trying to make things work with someone who has shown her time and time again that he's not the man she thought he was. Cody has become a stranger to her, and in that moment, Janelle is starting to reclaim her own identity and her own autonomy. It's a bittersweet truth, but it's also incredibly powerful. Janelle's disillusionment isn't just a reflection of her failed relationship with Cody. It's also a sign of her growth as an individual. The aftermath of Garrison's funeral added an entirely new layer of emotional weight to the already tense and fractured family dynamics. Garrison, who was Janelle's son, was loved deeply by his mother and siblings, but his funeral brought out tensions that had been simmering beneath the surface for some time, especially when it came to Robyn's presence at the service. Let's be honest here. The situation was already charged. The grief and pain of losing a loved one are difficult enough, but when you mix in long-standing family dysfunction, it can be explosive. Janelle's feelings toward Cody and Robyn were undoubtedly intensified by this event. There were rumors swirling about what happened at the funeral, particularly around Robyn's actions, and it doesn't take much imagination to understand why Janelle's frustration reached a boiling point after that. Imagine being in a situation where you're mourning the loss of someone you love, and the people you've spent decades with are the last people you want to lean on for support. That's the emotional turmoil Janelle was dealing with. But what's even more heartbreaking is the idea that Janelle had to navigate that loss while dealing with the emotional fallout of a relationship that was no longer fulfilling. While Cody and Robyn seemed to be putting on their usual happy couple act, Janelle was left to mourn alone, not only for the loss of her son, but also for the relationship she once thought was her foundation. Losing someone while dealing with ongoing dysfunction within your family is a unique kind of pain. It's not just the grief over the person you've lost, it's the realization that the people around you may not be capable of providing the support and emotional closeness you need during one of life's hardest moments.